Welcome to For Good Measure, an interview series celebrating diverse composers and other creative artists. I'm Nanette McGuinness, Artistic Executive Director of Ensemble for these times. In this week's episode, we continue our conversation with Dale Tsang. Speaking of David, we kind of glossed over the fact that you started with the group playing his music for the JMPP, and in a sense liked his music so much you ended up marrying him, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I liked his music so much that I asked him for all his solo piano pieces, and he sent them to me, and then we did a lot of just chatting about especially solo piano music and writing for piano. And he said he used to hate getting my emails because I would point out every little error in the score that this doesn't make sense. This should be a sharp, not a flat, and this is in the wrong octave. And he just be like, this person's exasperating. But then he realized that I was keeping him honest too,
Yes,
and I
yes.
knew a lot more about really playing these masterworks than he did. He composes them, and he's a great pianist himself. But with arthritis, he
Yeah,
doesn't play as much anymore. But he's never played at the level that I do. So
right,
really
exactly.
nice that yeah, we work together really well. But yeah, but that definitely led to, I really like this person. So yes,
Well,
we got married during the pandemic, and it's been a great, yeah, really great partnership for a lot
yeah.
of reasons. Yeah.
No, it's been great watching that. And yeah, it's funny how in just like every traditional rom-com, irritation often is the sign of attraction.
It's possible. I don't think he ever irritated me. No, no, I don't think so. I liked him. I just thought he was a really unique person, very intelligent, very
He is, yeah.
musical, very funny, and yeah, he
Yeah, no,
just a
that's
great guy.
great. I can remember at least one point his commenting on to me that you had asked him to write out a section that that he is sort of I'm going to put words in his mouth that you had sort of cheated he had cheated a little bit by
Oh.
and that you were like saying finish your job here basically, and he appreciated that, and the piece was that much better for it, although harder to play.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I think that's one of the things he laughs about is when he writes things for me, and I'll play through it and I'll say, "This is great, but this could actually be harder here because especially if you're ending the piece this way, it's got to cap everything." And so yeah, he finds that amusing. It's like
Yeah, yeah, I
easy.
think
No, it's too easy.
yeah, I think he does. Well, I do in any case, but so this interview isn't going to air immediately, but tell us about, if you feel like it, what you have coming up that might be interesting to share.
Oh, let's see. Well, the call for scores is I think the most exciting thing that I do each year. I just really think it's a great thing to do.
Me too.
So we go through the process of receiving the scores and reviewing those. So that takes for me it takes a lot of time because I actually play all of them, and I know I don't have to, but it makes a difference if I actually have them
Yeah,
under my hands
yeah.
and see what they feel like. And then there's a break time when I do a lot of gigs. I do a lot of choral accompanying and a lot of accompanying other instrumentalists and singers and chamber music, and a lot of things happen. And then um, competition adjudication, and I teach classes and I teach my students.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of other things that happen before the actual Call for Scores concert happens, and that won't be until March.
March, yeah.
2026. But yeah, I think that's kind of the thing that I'm most excited about is getting the new scores, get to see the new stuff that people are coming up with.
I'm really excited about that too. I'm glad you wanted to do it and that you brought up the idea. And we're already getting queries. We've been getting queries as soon as the press release
Good,
went
good.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was. I think I was a little concerned for solo piano. It's easy because a lot of people just naturally write for solo piano.
yeah.
It's the easy instrument to just compose on. And so I wasn't sure if with piano four hands if there would be a lot of entries, but it sounds like there's a lot of interest, so that's great.
So far, fingers
Yeah.
crossed. I mean, the window is July 1st. So by the time this airs, we will have already had the call and had the judging and everything. But so far, I think I've gotten two or three, maybe four queries, one or two people sending in. an entry and my having to refund their
Just
fee
wait.
or tell them that the window isn't open yet,
Good.
and a couple of people asking for the fee waiver. So I would say the interest is equal or maybe slightly less, but equal to other years.
Okay.
I too was worried because I've mentioned to a couple of my composer friends that were doing, piano four hands, and they've been like, "Oh, I don't really write for that." So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's valid. We wouldn't, yeah, we probably wouldn't get entries from as many composers as we would with solo piano. But that's
right.
okay. I feel like yeah, it needs to, it's nice to just have a change of pace. But then it's piano four hands is a unique instrumentation too. I think yeah, it's really fun to listen to and fun to watch and fun to explore. So I
It
think
is.
I think people will like it in the end, even though it's maybe a slightly harder project to undertake
Oh,
for
yeah.
the composers. So
But it's still exciting and good to have, as you said, a change of pace.
yeah.
One composer actually asked me if we would take piano six hands. I can't remember
Right.
what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think we said that was fine. Yeah, it's you can't do more than that on one piano. Get really skinny people. And then we thought about two piano stuff, but I think not this time. That really limits the venues that where you
Yeah.
can perform them, right? Because not everybody has two pianos that are compatible with each other. So
Right. I mean, I continue to be open to future variations.
yeah, well, we'll see how this one goes. If there's a lot of interest and people keep saying, but what about two piano? Then then we'll think about it.
It could be really good. And doing it limited this way. I mean, you, I'm sure, remember our first call for scores when we
Oh, yes.
rebranded the group. Oh my
We didn't know
gosh.
what we were doing. That was a little scary.
Yeah, I think we had like a 6 week window or a 2 month window. We got what, 300 scores.
Yeah,
We drowned, and we ended up making what, a 3 year series to try and take the best
there was
ones.
so much good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So
But we
this,
also, it was for any instrumentation with, right, soprano, cello, and piano. So it could be solo cello or it could be soprano and piano yeah, it was just it
yeah,
was
yeah.
wide open of a field out there. So yeah.
That was fun, and we got lots of good stuff, but we learned. And
Yeah,
so
we
now,
learned. Keep it a little simpler, keep it a little shorter.
yeah. And I mean, the group does other calls for scores. We have a collaboration with Luna Composition Labs with their alums. We're just starting the second 2 year collaboration with them for their 10th anniversary celebration. And we also, not quite a call for scores, but we do a competition with the tech department at the Conservatory of Music as part of our annual Big Commissions concert. So we do it in various different ways, but in each case, the actual either competition or call is restricted
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that we don't drown again.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because there's always the next year, right? If something doesn't work out this year and someone needs a little more time next year, there will be another
Yeah,
opportunity.
exactly. Well, this is really great. Is there anything else you want to tell the folks out there listening in podcast land?
I guess the big one is just to keep an open mind about new music. I think that it's can be a hard sell because so much, there's so much new music out there, and you just never know what you're gonna get. Because if
True.
you go to a concert and it's gonna be Bach, you just know. You know, even if you don't know that piece, you know kind of the tenor of the performance and you have a shared experience from the past.
Right.
So with new music, not only do you not know maybe the performer, you most likely won't know the composer, you won't know their style, you won't know their how they tell a story, the whole. So it's a much harder sell. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and especially these days, it feels like people are more interested in experiences about themselves in the
Mm,
music, which is great. But so you're not guaranteed that in a new music concert. So yeah, so you really kind of have to take a chance, but do take a chance. And especially with an organization like E4TT, where it's curated, right? The people that have picked the music actually know what they're doing. Right? So you
I
can
hope
kind of
so.
you trust the process, and if you go to the concert, most likely you're going to enjoy at least some of it because it's been, musicians have decided, okay, this is worth performing, right? So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a wonderful, wonderful plea and
Yeah.
accurate. And it's part of why we do a variety of pieces. We don't just do three pieces on a concert.
Right.
The variety is there so that they'll get to hear more people in one shot, but
Right.
also they'll have a bigger chance of liking some of the music on the
Yeah, yeah,
program.
yeah, and I think all of the concerts there are never concerts that are just one composer, right?
No.
So yeah, so it's likely that maybe one of the composers you won't like as much, but yeah, but that's kind of how, like if you go to a new cuisine restaurant, you're probably not going to like all the food, but give it all a shot, and you never
There-
know.
yeah, and there may be something that you just adore, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you get to tickle your palate and learn something new, right? I think that's
Yeah, great analogy.
yeah, a major thing in life is to try new things.
Yeah, yeah. Curiosity and trying new things keeps us alive and young, right?
Yeah, 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 and intelligent, right? It keeps your
No,
mind expanding. I think that's important.
no dying brain cells, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview and joining us and playing with us each
Yeah,
season for the calls.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to For Good Measure, and a special thank you to our guest, Dale Tsang, for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast by clicking on the subscribe button and support us by sharing it with your friends, posting about it on social media, and leaving us a rating and a review. To learn more about E4TT, our concert season online and in the Bay Area, or to make a tax-deductible donation, please visit us at www.e4tt.org. This podcast is made possible by grants from the California Arts Council, the San Francisco Arts Commission, Grants for the Arts, and generous donors like you. For Good Measure is produced by Nanette McGuinness and Ensemble for These Times and designed by Brennan Stokes, with special thanks to co-producer and audio engineer Stephanie M. Neumann. Remember to keep supporting equity in the arts and tune in next week for Good Measure.